Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty powerful. Excerpts from the Surah Al-Mursalat.
Right.
Now, if you're not familiar, a surah is like a chapter from the Quran, the central text of Islam.
Yeah.
And this particular surah is known for its imagery.
Right.
It's vivid, and it repeats.
Yeah.
And that's how it delivers its message. We'll be exploring themes of accountability, Day of Judgment, a core concept in Islam, and the face of believers and, well, those who don't believe. What really strikes me is how the surah opens.
Yeah, so it doesn't open gently.
Yeah.
It's like a sudden storm, and
Right.
it throws you into the middle of this huge cosmic event. Powerful forces are unleashed.
Yeah.
Things are scattering and separating.
I'm being dropped right into a dramatic scene.
Yeah.
Like no build-up, just intensity. Like
Exactly. You get this powerful imagery, and it's a little unsettling, to be honest with you. So it makes you ask questions, what's going on here? Why this intensity? It's like it's setting the stage.
Yeah.
It wants to deliver a message, maybe even a warning about a specific day.
The Day of Judgment.
Exactly, the day of decision. The day of judgment. And the surah really emphasizes that it's inevitable. There's no escaping this.
Yeah, it drives that point home in those verses like 12 through 14.
Yeah.
Where it asks, until which day is it deferred?
Yeah.
Until the day of decision.
Right.
And what will teach you what the day of decision is.
Exactly.
And I love the repetition. It's like it's not letting us ignore the question.
No.
But what do you think it's trying to achieve, like with this insistence? Is it fear? Or is it something else?
I don't think it's just about fear, I think it's more about prompting us to reflect.
Yeah.
Like really deeply reflect on our lives.
Yeah.
Facing a day when all actions are judged. That's a powerful thing, and it forces you to consider, how am I living my life? Can I stand by my actions on that day? And for those who reject faith, the message is even more direct. You get this word, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's repeated.
Forcefully.
Yes, very forcefully in several verses.
It appears in 15, 19, 24, 28, 37, 40, 45, 47, and 49.
Right.
That's a lot of woe. And each woe details a specific consequence. It's like it's painting a picture of suffering.
It is.
But it's not just random actions that are being condemned, right? There's a pattern.
Yeah.
Like there's a moral code that's being highlighted.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. It's not arbitrary at all. These woes, they target things that are considered unjust or harmful. Like turning away from someone who needs help, hoarding wealth.
Rejecting truth.
Yes, exactly. Rejecting the truth. So it gives us a glimpse into what kind of moral framework this text is presenting.
Right. It's interesting how it connects creation with accountability.
Oh, yeah.
Like in verses 20 to 23, it reminds us, that we were created from something simple.
Fluid.
Yeah, fluid. Placed in a safe space. Given a limited time on Earth. And it emphasizes that this was all planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't random.
It wasn't some accident. Right. And that connection, like between our creation and our accountability, it suggests that there's a purpose to our existence. We didn't just poof into being. There was intention behind our creation. And that implies responsibility. So what do you think? How should that impact the way we live?
Oh, absolutely.
How we treat each other, knowing we'll be held accountable.
It gives weight to our choices.
Yeah.
It's like these aren't just fleeting actions. And the fate of those who deny this accountability is, well, it's painted in some pretty intense imagery.
Oh, yeah.
Verses 29 to 33, they talk about this shadow of three different masses that offers no protection from like scorching heat, flames.
On the rough.
It's described as shooting sparks like castles, resembling yellow camels.
It's vivid, yeah.
It's intense.
I think that's the point, though, right? Metaphors like this, they're powerful because they take something that's kind of abstract.
Like divine punishment.
Exactly, like divine punishment, and they make it tangible. It's not just this idea.
Yeah.
It's something you can almost visualize and feel.
Yeah.
And that makes the message hit harder.
Way more impactful.
Yeah.
And then, like in stark contrast, it describes the fate of the righteous. Verses 41 to 44.
Right.
Shade, fountains, fruits, like a blissful existence.
Yeah, like a paradise.
It really highlights that choice,
Absolutely.
Embrace faith, you find peace, reject it, And, well,
You face the consequences. Yeah, it's a powerful juxtaposition.
yeah.
And it raises a question, right?
What is it?
What drives true belief? Is it fear?
Yeah.
The desire for reward? Or is it something deeper?
And then it brings us to those final verses.
49 and 50.
Yeah.
Which posed this really open-ended question.
Right.
To those who are unconvinced, in what message beyond this will they believe?
Yeah.
What do you make of this ending?
It's not really a condemnation.
No.
It's more like an invitation,
Okay.
almost a challenge to really consider,
Yeah.
what would change their hearts.
Right.
It's like the surah acknowledges that even the most powerful messages,
Yeah.
they don't resonate with everyone.
Yeah.
And it leaves us with this question: what does it take? What does it take for someone to really believe?
So we've seen how this surah lays out these really powerful concepts. You've got the certainty of judgment, the consequences of our choices,
Yeah.
and the fates of believers and non-believers. It is vivid, it repeats to make its points, and it leaves us with, well, a lot to think about.
It really does. It challenges us, right?
Yeah.
To consider our own beliefs, our own actions.
What will we do with this message? What resonates with us?
Right.
And maybe even more importantly, why?
Yeah.
That's something to ponder as we finish this deep dive.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Some great stuff to think about.
definitely.
Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.